Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. I'm here with my guest Dorcas Njenga, and we're talking all things service. Welcome. The other day, I don't know why I was thinking, sometimes I have these dramaful moments, but I was thinking, imagine, I was feeling that day that I'm not going to be afraid of the street children or the street boys, because I don't know why God just told me, imagine what would happen if your parents died, you're at an early age, or you didn't have parents, or they threw you out. It's like being lost out there in a world with no one to help you and to guide you. So I don't know why God brought that analogy. Like, look at these children. It's like their whole world has crumbled. Maybe sometimes because I think I'm always thinking, boy, out there is an only child. She says she's going to have like 12 children herself because this silence of one child. But it's amazing now. She's an only child. She wants 12. The ones who have 12, they say, I only want only one because everything must be mine. So it's like you can never please. I was having a pity party when they got to, you will never please everyone. No, you can't. Yeah, the one who was born in a family of 12, they wish they were the only one. The one who was born one, they want to be 12. So you always want something else. But sometimes I sit and I worry, and even when I pray for her and pray for her husband, I'm always like, God, you know, it's like you want to, as a parent, you want to leave your child in the right environment and with the right people. And it's like, at least when they have siblings, they'll have other people. But I always think that if me and her dad, not now, but many years to come, we pass on, who will out there be left with? It's like you'll be left alone, you know. So that's what was bringing me compassion to the street boys and street girls. Like they've been left alone. Whatever the circumstance, whether somebody died, whether they were chased away, it's being alone in this huge, angry, I don't know, crazy. You can be so lost. You're all alone in the world. So even because it's a Christmas season, as we're talking about church and service, be grateful. Be grateful for everything that God has given you, and understand that He's the one who's given it. Understand He has given it. So let's enter into a season of thanksgiving. And let's find a way to serve. And it's powerful because you see, as a worshiper, worship is so important. It is. You know, we talk about worshipers and entertainers, and they are there. They are even there. In church, there are those who are entertainers. They're not worshiping us, but a worshiper, and I look at you, has spent time with God, has prayed, is connected with God, and then they're so important because they open the heavens so that the word can descend. You know, so you're such an important part of serving. And I'm always feeling like, even if we sit on the pews now for church for too long, who's going to do what you do? Who's going to fill that gap? Who's going to, whatever service is required, who's going to do it if you don't get up and do it? If we all just come to church or to work just to expect to receive, who's going to give?
And we need to get to a place where we are more of givers than takers. Givers than takers. As well. And around us, even in the church, because in the early church, in the Acts church, they would meet together, fellowship, share bread, and none amongst them had need. So we need to get back and always maybe be deliberate and see who is around us, who we can touch, who we can reach. And I remember one thing that really touches me about you, Pastor Angie, because you have ministered to me on a personal level. Really? Is when I lost my dad. And you were with me throughout. You know, I mean, you're one of the people I never expected to be around me, you know. And you made sure I'm fed, carried my handbag, you know. That's an act of service. And I think I've told you before, I can never ever forget. So there are those things that we do, maybe thinking we are just doing them for this person, but there's that one thing that you have done.
And on such a day, because I mean, there was such an important day. You know, I mean, where else could I go? What could I do? I had to be there. There was no choice. But that's what the heart of service, and I find you have a heart of service even more than I do. You really do. Because for you, it's a gift and a grace. You know me, I also have to be the Mama Kali, lion, lamb, sheep, shouting, the mother, you know. But you, it's a gift, and I'm so glad. Because there's nothing else I could do. And imagine God is amazing. That day, He cleared my schedule.
Wow.
And I came, remember he cleared my schedule, so I came, and that's all I could do is sit there, sit, walk with you, make sure you're eating, you and your mom, you were refusing to eat. I had a spoon, open the mouth and eat.
It tasted like rubber.
I know, at that point you don't want to eat, but food is important, you know, even just being able to drive you to Meru, you know.
That
was just, it was just
so
my
amazing.
way of serving
so
you,
amazing.
Dorcas, really.
You showed me what service really means, you know, for a leader to serve, you know. And many times as leaders we forget that you do not only serve the people who are in your level. Reach out to everyone, because regardless of your status, regardless of what you have, when we are stripped of everything, we are each other's brother and sister.
And you know that's another thing, when we're stripped of everything, stripped of everything, all you have is God and that relationship and what you have done. And you know, when we're talking about that, I always remember whenever I walk into an Apple store, I smile and I laugh. Because I say, you know, the vision carried on. You know, if you walk into an Apple shop, people, it's bustling. People, there's activity like crazy. And I'm like, even the visionary passed on. So sometimes it helps me to take a grip of, imagine one day, we don't want it, but one day we'll not be here. So what is the impact I have left here? How will people remember me? How did what did I do in their lives? How did I make them feel? And they're both positive and negative. You can't please everyone. Me, I'm done with that thing of I have to please everybody. Some things were genuine mistakes I made, and it's okay. I moved on. I forgave myself. You forgive me, and we've moved on. But what have I done? What can I say has been my impact, my legacy? Did I serve people? And I know for me that I have, and I know for you have. You know, did I go when I don't feel like going? But you go because God has said go. You know, and did I show compassion? You know, did I show compassion? Was I there? Did I choose the right thing in terms of serving another human being? I think that's very, 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 very important. So even as we're reflecting, I think we're talking about this because I think in December as well, people make choices. We make a lot of, I don't call New Year resolutions, but I think it's important for us to think about life, to make the choices that we need to make in life. And one of them, I think what we're saying here is to serve in church. Find people even in the marketplace, find a way to serve even in your organization, find a way to serve in your estate, in the committee, in improving the lives of the people around who you live with, find a way to serve in your children's schools. I mean, there's so many ways, you know, serve even in those county governments, you know, instead of just complaining, do something, you know, serve somewhere, be practical about it, you know, because I think we're a lot more vocal. Visit people in hospital. Hospital is a must when you need to visit somebody. Visit them, you know, take people food. If people have they've just had a baby, take them food. Practical example. If they need to go somewhere, drive them to that place. You know, I'll never forget, even as we're going on. You remember one day, Dorcas, the things you have done for you. Remember one day, I was invited into a space, and we were not expecting to. We had gone to church. Then I was invited to a space, and you were my ride. I don't know why you were my ride that day. You were my ride. And then I'll never remember what you told me in Kikuyu, and I pray they translated. But you told me, Murenga wago. I'll never, Dorcas, because I was ready to, I was like, Dorcas, I'm still here, I can't get out, you know, there's protocol, I can't just get up and go. What do we do? You go, I'll take a taxi. And you told me no. And you know the calmness, even I told you, I don't think I can do that. Me, myself, truth, confessions, I don't think I can do that, Dorcas. But you did, and your statement was amazing. You told me that, so it's like when they went to get firewood, that was the day for getting firewood.
Don't mix it with other things. Just take the firewood and just settle with that.
You sat in your car, you listened to messages, you prayed, you waited for me for
I had a lovely time.
Me, I was like, oh Jesus, and I could not move. Protocol cannot allow me to say I am off. So I waited, but it was just amazing. So thank you also for the ways that you have served me, the ways that you have ministered to me. Even now, me, when I want to be impatient in a situation, I just hear the Holy Spirit. Please, did Dorcas sit there? Sit, keep quiet, maintain, shut up, and watch. You know, like also helping me, triggering me to be like, no, you know. And if you're going to do something, do it fully.
Do it fully.
Be committed to do it, be committed to do it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I think, is it John F. Kennedy who said, don't ask what I can do for what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah.
You know, so learn to serve people, learn to bless people in whatever capacity. Choose a way, you know. I mean, there's spiritually, there's the soul, whether it's a mind, will, whether it's ideas, there's physically serving people, there's in terms of a social setup, there's even, I think even that one is important in serving your spouse and your children. Yeah, it's a service. Actually, when it says submit to the Lord as a service unto the Lord, it says wives submit to your husbands as a service to the Lord. So submitting also in your marriage is a service to God. You know, we like to read the submit part. Then you don't want to read the other part as a service
to God.
Yeah, and as a service. Yes, said what it is. So you see, God, we like to say God is not just instituting rules. He says submit as a service to me. So that's another place of service. Serve in your marriage, serve your children, serve your family. And then, so in a social setting, serve your community. Then there's also a financial way you can serve people by blessing them with your substance and what you have and sharing with them. You know, like I said, shopping for somebody who wouldn't normally shop for. Being in the supermarket, looking around, seeing who looks like they're struggling. Period. Because it's not a struggle to you. You know?
True.
So financially, how you can serve people, how you can serve people as a leader. You know how to be a true leader. And what is calling for leadership and how. So being, and then even professionally, we said in the marketplace, find ways to serve in the marketplace. You know, just find ways to, how do we improve this organization? How do we make things better? How do we make the structure, systems, processes better? Where are the loopholes? Where are the bottlenecks? And what can we do about them? You know, and just make the world a better place. So I really love that. I've loved that conversation. And especially in this season. In this season, we need to serve people. We need to serve. We need to serve. Yeah, we need to serve, and not to seek how we can be served, but how to serve and give in all aspects. And I think finally, as you make your closing statement, one of the things I want to say as well is I'm always challenging leaders to serve, or the leaders in the marketplace to use their gifts to serve the church. So use your gift to serve the church. Use your gift to enable the church. You know, what are you doing? And I think other faiths, they do this a lot better than we do. Like the Muslims will do it better, the Hindus will do it better. They serve at the temple, they serve in their community. So we also as Christians, I'm challenging everyone to make a point of being somebody who is serving others continuously and bringing your gifts to the church, to the place where you worship. Bring your gifts there.
Yes, it's important to bring to the house of God.
The gifts of God.
And maybe there's someone there saying, I don't have anything to give, or I don't have anything anyone needs. But everyone has something. Everyone has something that you can give. You can give a smile. Just that smile may make a difference. There's something that you have. We all have something that we have. Just look around you, the people around you, and see what you have. Maybe you have things in your house that you actually don't need, that someone really, really needs. Just sowing it, that is service in itself. So we all have something.
And I think the most powerful one that I've learned over time is your presence.
Your presence. Oh, the ministry of presence. Your
ministry of presence.
It's powerful, very powerful.
Even if I don't have to say anything, just so that you don't put your foot in your mouth, you don't have to say anything. Just be present. Just be present.
Be present. And many times we may be in situations where you don't know what to say. And that's powerful, the ministry of presence.
Just be there. Don't say anything. Even if you feel nervous, you're like, I don't know what to say. Don't say anything. Just be there. Be in the space. Be helpful. Be there. Be comforting. Be praying. Just do whatever you need to do. Amen. Amen. That has been so amazing. Thank you for watching Just Angie. God bless. Bye.